Hello. I started the stream a bit earlier, but I don't actually know where I was streaming to because I wasn't authenticated for the stream. So that's interesting. So I'm working on command bots again today. Previously, I was working on my card game, Unstables, which is here in a packaged food box at the moment. I still haven't actually printed out the extra cards that I need to make the prototype deck up to date. But I'll get there. I've mainly been playing around with Inkscape on that. But I don't want to delay because I haven't got a lot of time today. So this is what I'll work on today. This is in the node-based routine editor, showing the current action and active decision outputs in the routine graph for the selected bot is the goal for today. So let's see what I can do over the next hour or so. Well, over the next 45 minutes or so. So I'll take a look at that. So let's see. I was playing around with a few different scenes that would help me get a better view on development. Scenes in OBS, which are things like this and this. So this is like my whole screen here. Oh, I also need to update this title here, but let me do that in a minute. Is this just going with whatever is focused? Yeah. But did that have the issue that it doesn't show menus or anything? Yeah, so you can't see any right-click menus on that one. So I think that's why I did that. I set that up so that it could do different things. And there's that one. Just trying to remember what I had set up. That's testing camera. All right. Well, let's do this one. Which basically, did I set up some zones that were correct? No, I did not. All right, so basically this means that I'm not stretching over such a large area, and I just need to Alt-Tab between different things. And let's make a bit of room there for that title, and fix up that title on the stream as well. So, what's the this one? There we go, and bots. And my current task is showing the current action. So there we go. And I'll just bring my chat window nice and close over here so I can see what's going on with that. All right, so let's run this, have a quick look at the editor here, which I believe opens up behind or in front of the blueprint editor. Yeah. So I can select this guy here and open this, and it won't show anything. And there's also the issue where I need to like reselect to actually have it show. So to have it draw the lines properly, so I'll need to fix that bug as well. Updates in routine editor definitely affect already spawned bots. Okay, so actually another bug for me to fix up. So I'm just going to add that to my list here. have to reselect bot or family, factory. After opening the routine editor. There we go. So I think I need to fix that bug first, because otherwise I'll have this issue where I can't actually select, like reselect the bot when I've opened that. So to fix that up, I think I'm going to need my routine graph manager, something like that. Let's take a look actually here. So I've got my routine editor, and routine graph editor is the important one. So that's the one there. So this has got a routine graph manager script on it. Let's put a note just with my notes here. And the other thing is the blueprint editor. I remember had this similar behavior where it needed to be reselected, and then I fixed that up. So that blueprint editor here has got a blueprint editor script. You can't actually see that behind the routine graph editor. There it is. So yeah, that required reselecting. So let's basically have a look at that and potentially copy myself from the past from when I did that. So here's the blueprint editor. I've managed to completely remove that. Let's put it back. All right. Yeah, so I think the issue is on. Oh, we'll get this selection updated. Oops. No, that wasn't the problem, whatever I knocked down there. So it might be, this might be part of it. I've got mounting a part here. This selection updated. Okay, we got drag and drop of the parts. Looks like a few things that aren't used just there. I'll just remove those. That looks unused as well. Interesting. So I'm pretty sure selection updater gets called from elsewhere, but this is just basically re-triggering that. So I guess that's maybe the first thing I can try in the routine graph manager, which is open just here. And I've got a big example start thing. Do I have any logging happening there? Don't think so. Just get a bit of an overview of what's going on. Lots of methods in here. Okay, we do have this selection updated, and that appears to be working as far as it's drawing what's needed. So if that was already selected, then return. So that should only work once, I would think. Then we've got drawing the routine. which is load routine. Otherwise we clear. So load routine, just here. So draw routine will be what's being run. So wiring up the connectors. This is the part that we do want to have running. And I think that is running. We'll just have that say wiring up the connectors temporarily. And the issue that seems to be happening visually on here is that each node is kind of being plugged into itself. And that's likely related to the fact that something's not quite right yet. So I've got, say, the first factory selected. That's empty, is it? Yeah, we're not even getting anything. Then okay, so I've got factory 2 selected. It's got that basic routine in it. If I close it, select another factory, and then open it, now here's the issue, is that this is plugged into itself. And it's actually not even extending from itself. It's like plugged into itself. I'm not 100% sure it's plugged into itself. Its position is wrong. It should be like this. But yeah, it should be plugged into there. So that's interesting. Now on the console here, we've got an interesting null reference exception. That's for a drag and drop. I think that's probably related to the issue that's leading them to be plugged into themselves. Let's just see where we've got the start. Randomizing the factories, clearing nodes. Yeah, we're wiring up connectors. Wiring up connectors again. Got a bunch of info about things here. I should, let me get to the game. Play. Let's go just play focused. I'm just going to clear this. I'm going to close that. Select factory number 1. Just going to, so we've got wiring up connectors just there. And so when I selected factory number 1, I think we got this stuff. Outputs for start node goes to node 3. So it goes start node to action node. Action node doesn't, outputs to 0, which is don't connect to anything. Another action node 100, so connecting to ID 1. So it looks like they're trying to plug into reasonable things. But then when this is opened, you can see they haven't actually plugged into reasonable things. And if I clear that and just re-click this, like select elsewhere, and then select back. So it looks like we're seeing the same thing. but it's actually drawn it properly this time. So the difference was this was closed. When this selected, then it's not just closed doesn't mean hidden, it means completely inactive, which is maybe a bad design decision on my part, but it means it's not actually getting that selection updated. So I think I need like an on-enabled. So not the start action, but all right, so I think we just need to do draw routine. Is that right? Right, let me have a look here. So we've got wake. So that's just for the singleton. I'm going to start there. So let's just put a on enable. Don't need it to be private. I mean, we don't need to say it private for it to be private. All right, and put a sip of tea. And basically, I guess at that point, if something's selected, and we want to draw a routine, I think. So yeah, the issue is that we've got this this instance, but it's going to be called, but it won't actually be like mounted. So selection updated will that be called on it? I guess so. So I guess this selection, but reselecting won't work, and that's because of this check. You've got to select something else and then select it. But basically, this load routine I think it'll run. So that's why this is working. And I guess to some extent this is working. The thing that's not working is trying to draw lines when the whole thing's inactive. So I think I'll just call draw routine only here. Put on enable, and maybe that'll fix it. Give it a try. We're kind of in yak shaving territory here because got to wait for some compiling to happen first of all. Yeah, we're a bit in yak shaving territory because I'm trying to make it show the selected bot. Okay, so close that, change that, open that again. So that's weird. That's weird because it looks, oh, okay. I was going to say it looks right except for the lines that kind of drawing in a weird way, but actually we've got two of them, so I've done something definitely wrong here. And I'm pretty sure I know what it is. By drawing the routine without first clearing the routine. I don't think we need to worry about those dynamic buttons. So I'll just do clear nodes first. All right, we'll let that load. And let's take a look now. Okay, so I'll get the second one selected, then open it. That's looking good. Looks like I got it right. And just for a test, I will plug that back into there. So that should be interesting. Close that one. Let's change to a different one, a few different ones. Let's open it and close it as well. Let me grab that one. Yep, that seems to have saved. So that was in the correct routine. And if I add a label, so we've got label A, then I'll select something else and come back. I've still got label A. I'll get something else now. Select that. Open this. So we've got add go to A. So yes, that's telling us that something is correct. So it does have the correct buttons here. They can't do much because they I don't think they have the parts. Well, I got nothing selected. There we go. So if I select a bot, I'll grab the one that's about to spawn out of here. So now I can actually see the routine that bot's following. And now we're all set to actually start to highlight these things. So how am I going to do that? I've got no idea. I could probably look at this old routine editor too. So yeah. Oh. So where did I put that other routine editor? Not sure. But in the robot, it's actually keeping track. So this is where that's actually like following that graph is implemented. So we've got this action index. That's greater than -1. Routine step is what it's called. All right, and so that's called action index. But what is it really? Okay, we've got, I don't know if that's even used anymore, because that was for when it was just literally an index in an array. Here we've got a routine node ID, unique ID of the current action that is running, or should run when the bot activates. Yeah, so that's the one, I think, routine node ID. Okay, if it's busy with an action, don't choose a new one. And and advance to next action node. So this is interesting. So this is where it's actually, this is kind of where the magic happens for the bots to follow the routine. Go. So we just look at the current node. Next node. So it's the current node. So this is to walk through them. I don't think it has an infinite loop anymore because of this. Just keep track of what's been visited, and if we come back to it, we know that it's an infinite loop because it hasn't done an action yet. So that's our infinite loop here. While true. So we get the active output of the next node. Next node ID equals whatever the output number on the various outputs are. And the active output that combines. Keep getting next nodes. And so on. So I guess really that routine node ID is the relevant one. So every time that changes, I want to change something. And I might have a quick look at the old routine editor. Yeah, so this is the old routine editor here. So that's got routine editor script because that was showing. Oh, this one I didn't open yet. Can I have a look at my Solution Explorer? Yeah. Okay, so we got routine editor here. So how did I look at the robot? Current step indicator. There we go. So I'm passing in current step, which I'm doing from here. So that's routine step that I'm reading from it. Cool. So it's actually an update loop that I'm doing that, which is kind of what I was thinking for this. All right, current node indicator. If selection is not equal to null, then we'll do some stuff. go for routine step. Just gotta watch out if I have an old indicator. Yeah, like this routine step. It's just an integer, which is the action index. And where is that even used? Doesn't seem to be used anywhere in that. That's the old unused advanced routine. That is moving that along. Let's have a look at this selectable unit interface. So we go settable and so on. Running routine. That's good. And then routine steps. Now that's probably the thing that needs some attention. So instead of routine step, an action index, this one is public, but it's not actually appearing. All right, so take this selectable unit. I'll update it. Oh, what is that ID? What's the nature of it? What type is it? It is an int routine node ID. Okay, so basically I'm just going to replace that. I might as well duplicate it and comment out one, so I've got kind of a reference. And we're just going to return routine node ID instead of action index. So that'll still be giving me the accurate routine step, which is nice. All right, so go back here. Okay, so I guess node ID equals that. Okay, if the node ID is greater than -1, then yep, the selection. So now I've just got this node ID, and I guess just debug log that right now. Routine step is that. Okay, we're good there. Let's see how that looks here. And what I haven't done so far is got any kind of UI for actually displaying the current step. I'll probably just grab some random sprite or something and chuck it on top. Then got this bot going here. Routine step 2. Oh yeah, that is making lots of output. 3, 4. Step 1, and so on. Okay, looks like that's sort of working, hopefully. So now I need to actually do something. Oops, that's old routine editor. We want routine graph editor. Yeah, I might make a new little thing of some kind. I'll make it an indicator actually. So I'll just jump in, grab myself a bit of art. Yeah, so I'll grab this glowy outline indicator. I'll put one of those on this panel. Where is it? Oops. Where did it go? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, yeah, there it is. Bottom left. It's maybe behind something. So not very much showing up. Okay, position -1 at 0, -1. Z 0, -1. Definitely seems to be behind that. Oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah, that is visible now. So that's at 0, not visible. There. At -0.5, it becomes visible. Okay, so let's say -1 for a round number. And I'll sort of take this and just make it a bit bigger. Yeah, kind of like that. Maybe put it kind of behind the nodes so it's not in the way. Yeah, those are like lined up with the panel. Anyway, let's call this instead like selected node indicator. And what we want is for that to be available in here. So we'll just do like a transform. Oops. That should be elsewhere. There we go. All right. There we go. Got selected node indicator. Go plug that in. There we go. Got that there. So that's hooked up. So basically we need to find the node host position. Move the indicator there. So we'll get the node. Oops. Oops. Oops, typed ball instead of null. Okay. I just trust that it's not null. Now, what was I doing with these positions? Because I think I needed to make an adjustment. Now, what's the issue with that? It's affected too. Oh, yeah. I'll just make a new vector 3. Oops, 2 minus 1. Damn. That might do something. But I'm getting very tired, which is because I'm about 5 minutes from my finishing time. And who knows what else. Alright, let's find a bot who's going to spawn. I'll grab one up here. I think they've got a bit better longevity than just running into a wall. Okay, there we go. Now let's open this. And Can't see that. Oh, there's the indicator. Oh, it is moving across. I think it just needs to be adjusted relative to the position of something. So that's cool. Let's see, where else do I do that? I've got a bunch of other things going on. So when it's drawing those nodes, let's draw routine. Here, this is the loop where it makes the nodes. So we start with node.position. We set the Z, and then we got container.position. So yeah, we just need to do plus container.position on that. What's your problem here? Vector 2 and vector 3. Yeah, okay. Let's just make that a vector 3. And that actually lets me do that. All right. So hopefully this works, because it's going to take more than 2 minutes to fix it up if it doesn't. All right, so selecting the bot. Who's going to spawn first? One of you guys. Let's grab you, see what you're doing. Walking forward, shooting a laser, blocking, walking forward. Can't shoot a laser or block, so it's like malfunction. Now I'm not doing the red for malfunction yet. But hey, it's a good start. Still shows when it shouldn't. That's not really a big problem. Let's let the next one of these spawn. There we go. See what you're up to. Shoot laser or forward block. Well, let's fix up this routine actually. Let's make it more interesting. So we'll do a enemy-based decision and proximity-based decision and make the basic working thing. So if you see an enemy, oh yeah, if you're going to run into something, then just fire your laser. If you're not going to run into something, then it just depends if there's an enemy. If there is, fire the laser anyway. If there's not, then walk forward. After you've done that, you'll just repeat back to the start. So that's good. That's routine. Decent routine there. Oh, these guys have picked up a shield and laser strategy. Oh, it's got to run to the... Oh, yeah. Okay. It's trying to make decisions based on detecting enemies and detecting proximity. It doesn't actually have the ability to detect those things. That's not going to help very much. Okay, so this one's firing its laser. It's walking forward. Oh, got killed. Okay, select this one. Shooting a laser. of laser shooting. So I should be activating these, drawing these lines brighter or a different color or something. I guess if that path has been followed there, this turn, that'd probably be a good way to do it. Yeah, I can keep track of those. Let's take a look quickly at that. So I think still to do here is red indicator malfunction and draw a line. Draw lines different color. For current active output. So I think that would be when we're getting the active output. In the robot, actually. Yeah, there's probably some stuff in here. Where I could track, like, we got the current node we start with, then we get the active output, and at this point, this is where we can record this output on this node with active. And that is to drive the node graph line color. Oh, tabbed or something. Oh, apparently I've done a key shortcut to open something. Let's close that. Anyway, that's about all I've got time for. So let me jump back over to here and take a look where I'm on to with that. So I think I am doing that. Oh, but not that. So I might split this one up. So show current action in routine graph is done. So I still need to do show active decision outputs in routine graph for selector bot. That's kind of wrapped. Let's make that a bit wider. Yeah. Oh yeah, there it is. I already had that's next action node. Just put a little note. Probably need to pass that info to Team Graph Manager via the selected thing API. That'll do. Hopefully future self will understand that because I am a little over time and I'm tired. So thank you so much for watching. I have been David from Fatal Pixel, and I'm going to go get some sleep.